Good morning and welcome to this week's press conference. Today we have two topics for you. We will first give you a quick overview of the proposed 2022 to 2026 city budget that we presented to City Council just yesterday. Second, along with representatives from the Site Center of Northwest PA, we will showcase November as National Diabetes Month. And I tell you, I learned some incredible things about that. Yesterday, we presented the proposed 2022 to 2026 budget to City Council. We have already scheduled 4 meetings in November with City Council to discuss this in much more detail. More meetings will probably be scheduled in early December, I expect that. By law, City Council must approve the budget with 2 passage votes by the end of December. Here are 3 items in the 2022 to 2026 budget that I'm most proud of. First is that for the next 3 years, from 2022 through the end of 2024, our very conservative forecast shows there will be no need to increase city real estate tax or city income tax. My team and I are continuing to work hard to extend this no tax increase years further into our future. Second, until 2021, city pension costs had been rising at $1.65 million per year for at least the previous 6 years. We stopped this in 2021 by lowering the assumed pension fund rate of return from 8% to 6%. We're very pleased that this change caused our pensions to go down $2.1 million in the 2022 budget. We should see more major declines in the years ahead. Third, we have had over $91.6 million in new LRTA construction in the last 2 years. This will generate over $1 million in new annual revenue after the 10-year deferral period ends. I believe that LRTA construction will increase dramatically again once COVID-19 is finally back under control. This will bring more jobs and more people to Erie. There is also 3 important fee increases in the 2022 budget. First, we have proposed the first sewer rate increase in 4 years. The increase is about 6.5% from 3.05 per CCF to 3.25 per CCF, so that's a 20-cent increase. It's important that this be passed because we have very, very little cash in the bank for emergencies. This cost will cost average homeowners about $3.30 more per calendar quarter, or about $13.20 more for the entire year. Second, we have proposed increasing our refuse fee for the 2nd time since 2014. This increase is needed because our tipping fees have increased 150% from $50 per ton to $125 per ton. Also, in order to have enough staff to collect the garbage, we had to raise part-timer salaries by 50%. That's from $10 per hour to $15 per hour. So, we are recommending raising the quarterly billing for refuse by $4.75 per quarter, which equals about $19 per year. Third, we are highly recommending that City Council implement a new stormwater fee. The need for this became very clear a couple months ago when we had to pay $1.2 million to repair the collapse of our stormwater system near Frontier Lumber over on East 5th Street. We are very lucky that no one was injured and only one family had to leave their home for about a week. We have a great 2-page document explaining the need for stormwater management, which is available at the city's website for anyone to see. The cost for homeowners would be either $1, $2, or $3 per month, or $12 for the entire year, or $24 or $36, depending on their situation. In addition to the fee paid by homeowners, business and nonprofits will pay $24 per 2,136 square feet of impervious surface that they have. This is very, very equitable. These new small fees will protect property, eliminate flooding, reduce pollutants entering Lake Erie, reduce the cost of repairs, and keep Erie residents much safer for generations to come. Our stormwater in the inner city is in terrible shape. We are hoping that City Council will approve the use of $10.5 million of the ARP funds to end the danger posed by our stormwater system. Then, by keeping the stormwater system in good shape with the funds, with the new fee, we will be saving the city residents literally millions of dollars in future repair costs. If City Council will approve the 3 fee changes that we are requesting to the sewer fund, the refuse fund, and the stormwater fee, the average homeowners will be paying only anywhere from $44.20 to $68.20 per year. This translates into about $3.70 or $5.70 per month. This small amount will protect property, keep people safe, and reduce costs of repairs literally for generations to come. Okay, it's now November 2021, and we're celebrating National Diabetes Month. The rest of today's press conference, we will help you understand how you can free yourself, your family, and your friends from contracting this deadly disease. We are all aware of the global COVID pandemic, but many Americans, I'd say including me, were unaware that we have been living with a national epidemic really for decades now. It's called type 2 diabetes. Here are some interesting statistics. More than 34 million Americans are diabetic. That number is scary enough, but even more troubling is the fact that 88 million Americans are pre-diabetic, and 85% of those Americans don't even know that they have it. There are 3 things about diabetes that I want to share with you today. First, type 2 diabetes is preventable, entirely preventable. Research proves that we can make daily lifestyle choices that will prevent us from ever becoming diabetic. Second, if you are pre-diabetic, this is a condition that can be stopped and turned around before you become diabetic. Yes, you can prevent diabetes from ever happening to you. And third, type 2 diabetes is now so prevalent among our youth that it is no longer called adult onset diabetes, because so many of children are now developing this disease also. The medical terminology has actually been changed. So what is prediabetes and what can we do about it? Prediabetes is when your blood sugar is higher than it should be, but just not high enough to yet be diagnosed as diabetes. But it means that you're on a path to becoming diabetic probably within just a few years. Most people who are pre-diabetic have no symptoms, so they don't even know what they are in. Now, I want to introduce you to representatives from the Sight Center of Northwest Pennsylvania. They are working hard to get all Erie residents screened for prediabetes and to give us the resources that we need to avoid ever becoming diabetic. With us today is Linda Monroe, Executive Director of the Sight Center of Northwest Pennsylvania, Lana Krunick, Program Director, and Becca Swick, the Lifestyle Coach. They will tell you much more about why they have adopted this initiative, how you can get involved, and what this program is doing to help participants in Erie. Linda Moore, Lana Krunick, and Becky Swick, it's great to have you here. I will now turn it over to you to go from here. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor Schember, for inviting us to speak to your constituents today. And special thanks for agreeing to be a diabetes prevention champion. Sometimes people ask me why we've become so passionate about preventing diabetes at the Sight Center. Well, if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. The mission of the Sight Center is to prevent blindness and to promote independence for those with vision loss and those who are blind. Preventing the leading cause of blindness in America today, diabetes, is a natural fit with that mission. I too have become a diabetes prevention champion after witnessing countless numbers of people who have come through the low vision clinic at the Sight Center with severe and permanent vision loss related to the progression of their diabetes. Many of these people have other eye conditions too, like macular degeneration or glaucoma, but we know that diabetes makes the onset of these conditions more likely and the progression more rapid. I'm proud of the Diabetes Prevention Program at the Sight Center. Our national recognition means that we're doing it right. It's a good feeling to know that we are truly changing lives and helping to turn the tide of a preventable epidemic. If you don't remember anything else that we say today, that's really the key takeaway. Type 2 diabetes is a preventable disease with often dire consequences, including vision loss, and is largely related to diet and lifestyle. The National Diabetes Prevention Program, presented by the Sight Center, is proven to reduce your chances of developing this disease. And now I introduce to you Lana Kunick, Director of the Pennsylvania Center for Diabetes Prevention and Education, a program of the Sight Center. Lana?
Thank you. Good morning. My job is to shed some light on the background of this program and dive into the details. The National Diabetes Prevention Program, or the National DPP, was created in 2010 to address the increasing burden of prediabetes and type 2 diabetes in this country. This national effort created partnerships between public and private organizations to offer evidence-based, cost-effective interventions that help prevent type 2 diabetes in communities across the United States. To ensure high quality, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention recognizes lifestyle change programs that meet certain standards and show they can achieve results. These standards include following an approved curriculum, facilitation by a trained lifestyle coach, and submitting data every 6 months to show that the program is having an impact. The Sight Center's Diabetes Prevention Program commenced in 2017 and has successfully met all standards that are required by the CDC since the first data submission in 2018. We are proud that we have achieved full recognition from the CDC for delivering a quality program that is making a difference in the health of our community. As the mayor stated, over 88 million adults have prediabetes. That's 1 in 3 adults. If you look to your left and you look to your right, chances are that someone has prediabetes. Without making any behavior change, many people with prediabetes will go on to develop type 2 diabetes within 5 short years. If someone is unaware that they are at risk, chances are they will not be motivated to incorporate positive lifestyle change into their day-to-day lives. November is Diabetes Awareness Month, and with diabetes being the 7th leading cause of death in the United States and the #1 leading cause of vision loss, the Sight Center wants to use this platform to give the City of Erie greater knowledge and understanding of the risk of developing type 2 diabetes and actions that they can take to start lowering their risk immediately. I'm going to start by listing the uncontrollable factors. These are things that there's nothing you can do to change. Race and ethnicity: African Americans, Hispanic Latino Americans, American Indians, Pacific Islanders, and some Asian Americans are at particularly high risk. Age: if you're over the age of 45, your risk increases. Gender: males are at higher risk. And family history: if you have a mother, father, brother, or sister with type 2 diabetes, your risks are greater. And gestational diabetes: if you develop diabetes while pregnant. Now we'll move on to the controllable factors: being overweight, having a body mass index of 25 or higher, and living a sedentary life. That means that you're getting less than the recommended 150 minutes of movement per week. That's 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. When you join a diabetes prevention program, the focus will be on the risk factors that can be controlled. The program is a 12-month life intervention that takes place in a classroom setting. Start off weekly for the first 6 months of the program, transitioning to monthly the last 6 months. Making lifestyle changes is an ongoing process. Staying in the program for the full year is essential to help you stick to new habits and avoid slipping back to old ones. You will work with a lifestyle coach who's specially trained to lead the class, to help you learn how to fuel your body through nutrition guidance, encourage you to set and meet goals, and help to keep you motivated. The coach will also facilitate this and help make the program fun and engaging. But possibly one of the most beneficial pieces is the network of support that you receive from the group. You're going to work with people who are experiencing similar challenges such as emotional eating, portion control, struggling to stay on track during special events. Together, you can share ideas, celebrate successes, and work to overcome obstacles. Most people find it easier to make changes while working as a group rather than doing it alone. We have found that accountability has been the real game changer. This is not a program that solely focuses on weight loss. This is a program that helps you change your mindset for the long term because building healthier habits leads to a more sustainable journey to better health. This program will give you the knowledge, tools, and confidence to make strategic choices that become long-term habits. This is not a diet, it is a lifestyle. There's no need to climb the entire mountain at once. We will start where you are, and we're going to help you create a path to better health one step at a time. Diabetes is common, but it is not inevitable. If you believe that you may be pre-diabetic or at high risk for diabetes, or if you want more detailed information about this program for yourself or someone that you care about, I strongly urge you to call us at the Site Center today. Our number is 814-455-0995. Your other best option is to call your family doctor and schedule a checkup and a routine blood work to see what your doctor recommends. Either way, do your best to take positive action as soon as possible. We are here to guide and support you. Thank you so much. Next, I'm going to have you hear from Becca Swick. She's the Site Center's Director of Marketing and Public Education, as well as a certified lifestyle coach for the Diabetes Prevention Program. Thank you.
Good morning. I wanted to close our discussion of preventable type 2 diabetes and prediabetes in our community on a very personal note. I have worked in healthcare my entire life in one form or another. First as a social worker, then as a health educator, then as a licensed nurse. It always broke my heart to meet patients who were what I have always called sick before their time. I've cared for so many younger people who were bedridden, disabled, and had to depend on the care of others. I think my most when I had two diabetic patients suffering through toe, foot, and leg amputations because their blood sugars are so out of control. And the most awful part is that so many of these amputations could have been avoided if patients had been more proactive in making lifestyle changes. Early this year, I became a certified lifestyle coach, and just last month I started instructing my third group of National Diabetes Prevention Program participants. I can honestly say I have never felt such personal happiness or joy in my work as I have now. I am seeing amazing changes in people's lives. I see my participants losing excess weight and keeping it off. I see my people getting out and walking and feeling less pain in their legs and backs every single day. After decades of caring for people who are very seriously ill, I realized that I had lost quite a bit of faith in the ability of people to change their situation for the better. But I'm here to say that the National Diabetes Prevention Program has changed me. I see people making small changes to the way they live over time, and they are getting healthier and happier. Several of my people have already lost over 25 pounds, lowered their blood pressure, lowered their average blood sugar, lowered their cholesterol, and even had their doctor take them off of medications because they simply don't need them anymore. If you have a family history of diabetes, if you have struggled with being overweight, if you have high blood pressure or high cholesterol, or even if you need help just getting active, I urge you to call the Site Center today to learn about how you can join the growing band of people in our community who are choosing better health today and a much healthier future. Wonderful things are possible. Please call 814-455-0995. Linda, Lana, or myself, again, my name is Becca. We would love to talk to you about what is going on with your health. Thank you so much for hearing us today.
Thank you very much, Linda, Lana, and Becca. That was really a great presentation. I can tell you I learned a lot. I hope everyone was paying close attention. I kind of have to ask Michael Outlaw, were you paying attention? And all the guys in the room especially. You heard who's most at risk. And please take care. I know I learned a ton today. And I hope that we've extended some people's lives and saved some lives by treating prediabetes when you have it so you never get diabetes. It's really vital that everyone in Erie, to me, understands and takes the steps that they must to avoid ever having diabetes. Wouldn't that be great if we never had another person in Erie to get diabetes? That concludes this week's press conference. Until next Thursday, please follow us on social media for the latest updates on everything that is going on and happening here in the city of Erie. Everyone who spoke is now available for interviews, and thanks very much for watching. Okay.